So guys, I'm at this old train station that has seen the years of World War I and the years of World War II. Welcome to Surreal Tavern. Instead of doing the traditional tourist videos of going to eat pancakes and show you the best places to shove your face when you are visiting the beautiful city of Riga in the country of Latvia, what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to take you to the KGB Museum. This was the corner house, the place where interrogation and tortures and murders took place. And here, in this train station, where trains are sorted when they go from here to the gallows, where people were separated from the families and killed. We're going to learn the history with the local. We're going to find out what is really going on today between Russia and Latvia, and we're going to learn the tragic history that separates this country from the country where you live. Welcome to IvainTures. If it's your first time, welcome. Let's go on this adventure. So guys, we are heading out of the restaurant. If you're wondering the name, it's Meat Coffee. Meat Coffee. All right.
And it's vegetarian and vegan friendly.
Vegetarian and vegan friendly.
That's why it's meat, like meat, but not meat. Instead of meat, you meat.
Oh, that's genius. That's genius.
Yeah, and it has all kind of plant milks and gluten-free food. It's one of the rare places in Riga where you can find healthy food and friendly for your allergies. Meat.
There we go. All right, let's continue. So, I want to point out the architecture in this city is freaking amazing. Look at this building next to that old one. You know, I kept saying it looks like Prague. She's like, it's not Prague, it is Riga.
Yes, it's Riga. It's unique and authentic, and there's no place like that. Enjoy my Riga.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and it's extremely clean. You know, that's another thing. Look,
We're actually fined. You can get a fine for littering if you drop your cigarette bottom or paper or anything. There's a big chance if a police will see it, you will get a fine. So
wow.
Yeah.
They don't play around.
And also, it's not possible to urinate in public places.
Oh, I hope not.
You get fined for that too.
So actually, I didn't check, but is there a train, like a subway?
We don't have a subway because they wanted to build a subway in the Soviet Union time. There was a big protest because of the soil under Riga is not suitable to build subway. It was dangerous.
Okay.
There were so many risks. So instead, we have train, we have trams.
A tram, yeah.
Trolley bus.
Trolley buses.
You know what trolley bus is?
Yes.
Something between a tram and a bus.
Yeah.
And we have buses.
And buses, okay.
Big and small.
All right.
And then the new invention.
And then you have the scooters here.
Scooters.
All right, so plenty of ways to get around. I'm just super lazy, so I've been using Bolt. And wow, is that a bird on top of the car?
Bird on a Porsche. That's Prague has that.
That is funny. You know?
And summertime is so short in Latvia that when the summer comes, everyone is sitting outside as much as possible.
Yeah, you can see.
Enjoying their food and drinks. It's like a must-do thing here
during
summertime.
Wow, that's funny. All right.
This is one of the few places that have vegan food, and I also can recommend it's a good place also to take away. Maza therapy, it means the little therapy for your body and soul.
Okay, the little therapy.
And as you see, places one next to each other, bagel bar.
Yeah. You definitely have, you see lots of different options here. People gathering, sitting outside.
So this is the best area where I recommend people to stay.
What is the name of the area?
There is like no name.
The neighborhood, the section.
It's a city center. It's near Radisson, Latvia. It's near the Gertrudis church.
Yeah.
It's just a city center, and we have all these kind of streets in the city center that are away from the old town, where you have all the places where locals go to eat, friendly places, much better service, much better quality, and plenty of selections. If you would stay in this building, for example, there in an apartment, look, when you come downstairs, you have like 10 places.
All these different
15
options.
places just within one block to eat and to go out and to party in a restaurant and a bar. It's all in one block. So that's why stay here. More locals, less tourists, higher quality, better service and lower prices.
All right.
Don't stay in the old town. No.
Yeah, and if you check on Booking and you I always check like best location. The best location recommended, of course, by tourists, right, would be Old Town, because that's what the internet says. That's where
Don't trust the internet.
But don't trust the internet, you know.
Trust the local friend.
Yeah, that's right. So I definitely learned my lesson. Next time, definitely do the city center instead of Old Town, and it's cheaper. Who wants to spend more money when you're traveling? You don't have to. You get faster service and less quality. Yeah.
And here, also the thing is important, if you check, if you want to go for Airbnb option, always check which floor that is, because these buildings, most of them don't have elevators. There is a big chance the apartment might be higher. So it's always good to check. So you don't, when you know what to count with, when you're coming with a lot of luggage, it's just good to know.
Yeah.
You can find with the elevator, you can find a lower floors, but just check.
Okay.
It's not by default that these buildings have elevator. Most likely they have not.
Yes, yes.
But that keeps you in a good shape on the other hand.
Yeah.
After eating a good meal at the restaurant.
That's right. And if you watch my nightlife video, guys, this is the place that I mentioned earlier. Same Black. Right here, this is a really nice place. I think that's your favorite bar, isn't it?
It's my favorite bar.
In the city.
I used to be a party animal, but now I am retired from.
Oh, you used to bartend in here?
In general, like 20 years of partying hard all over the places and countries, but now I retired. But if I feel like going out or some friend is like willing to go out, this is the place I always recommend, and this is the only place that I really like coming to. Like almost every day of the week you come here, see here. This is the calendar for live music. Almost every day of the week they have live music concerts here, and it's absolutely for free. How good is that?
Yeah.
During daytime, this is a restaurant. Perfect for business meetings. Great meal, good service, high quality. And in night it's a bar and it's music, live music mixed with DJ, and it's a nice, not so big but good dance floor. And this is a place for people who are over 20 and 30. It's perfect. It's one of the few places that when I go, I don't feel like a granny. So I love this place. I can definitely recommend. It's my first favorite place. I recommend to everyone else who want to go out in Riga.
Same Black.
Smart casual, dress code, okay? Forget your sneakers and shorts. But yeah, it's lovely.
She did not get paid for this commercial.
No, I wish. Maybe I should talk to them. Maybe I'll get paid.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. So that's what it is. Same Black. So check out my nightlife video, guys, if you want to know, get a little vibe of the city of Riga, what it looks like out here. Same Black is the first pub that I covered, and I covered a couple more after that. So there's also an African spot. I'm not sure I'm going to film there yet. It's a little bit tricky. You know, it's a reggae place, but I didn't exactly catch the vibe yesterday. So, but you know, if you look for reggae places here, reggae pubs, that's what will come up. All right. So Same Black. Check out the nightlife video. Let's continue. So guys, we are at the KGB house. So as some of you already know, most of you, this country used to be part of the former Soviet Union. So this was the KGB headquarters right here. All right, and it's now a museum. All right, it is now a museum. So, man, it's crazy to think you used to live here when the KGB was operating right here in this city.
Yeah, when I was really small, but it happened here. We call this house the corner house.
The corner house.
Because it's literally in the street corner.
Yeah.
And also it's very interesting history. This name, the name of this street is Stabu in Latvian. In English it means like the poles.
Yes.
Like wooden ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Because in the very old times, they used to hang people on this street.
Hang.
So that's how this street got its name. The poles of the, how you call these things where they hang people, right? There is a name for that, but I don't know in English right now.
So anyways, they used to do interrogations and executions just right here. And when the country gained its independence, it was the gallows.
Yeah, there used to be gallows on this street way before KGB. So this street has this strange vibe all along. And most of the locals don't even know the origin of this street name. And then later on, they also have this corner house or a KGB house on this street. So yeah, it's a very interesting street. Let's go.
Let's go take a look. All right. The KGB was deemed illegal once the country became independent. So they turned this place into a museum. But
and funny, the other street that is right, this is a corner. So the other street is the Freedom Street. Now it's named the Freedom Street.
Yeah.
So I think it's significant.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So it's my first time here because I find this place very depressive.
Well, you never been here yourself?
No, I never been here.
Okay.
I didn't want to come alone. I would like to come with my son, but the age limit here is 18, so I must wait. And also it's a bit sensitive topic for me because my family, my grandmother and her siblings and parents were sent to Siberia. And I wonder if the decision to send them was made in this house.
Yeah.
So it's very personal.
Personal
as well.
for you, yeah. All right.
This is Ludwig Goldstein's. He killed himself. He took his own life, and he left a suicidal letter that says, "To my management, we Latvians, we built ourselves new and proud, building our country. Now, foreign power wants to push us, to force us ourselves to destroy it. I can't participate." Signature, and then he killed himself. I think this is so hard choice for him, right?
Yeah.
So he built this country, and then he was forced to betray this country, his neighbors, his colleagues, his family members, his everyone he had a relationship with. So he decided to better take his own life than participate in that.
Yeah.
Respect for this man.
Yeah. All right. Guys, on this other side here, on this wall, what they're talking about is the confiscated letters. All right. So what it is, basically, the Soviet Union invaded the country in the summer of 1940, and everything turned upside down. So anybody that was deemed questioning or going against the communist regime was interrogated, and many of them were assassinated. All right. So that's basically what was, what is discussed on this side of the wall. So let's continue down the hall. It's pretty chilling to come over here, just to see that many people lose their lives, man. It's kind of creepy, to be honest. It felt creepy walking through the old KGB house, like the walls still remember every secret. So guys, I was mentioning earlier the list of people that were to get arrested, basically apprehended, interrogated, and terminated. So that's basically one of the lists over here. And you can see the check mark. It means that the person has been executed. And that's the picture of some of the individuals who were actually killed here. Alright, so your name will come up for whatever reason. They will say you're going against the Soviet regime and you will get arrested. And they found about 240 shell casings in those prisons where the prisoners were actually executed. And you can see some of the shell casings right here. Standing here inside the KGB house, surrounded by the faces of the victims, it's hard to put into words. Each photograph tells a story of fear, pain, and injustice. These were people accused of nothing more than suspicion, ordinary lives taken in silence. To see their faces, to be in the very place where it all happened, it touches something deep in your soul. So they have a list of the criminal codes, and you say moreover it could be just anything, right?
Yeah, it could be anything. If you see the first, it's like any kind of what they believe is treason, or contact with any other country that was outside the Soviet Union, or not snitching on somebody, even your own family, that they have contact with other country, or even like listening for foreign music or wearing jeans, as we find out recently from a very famous Latvian TV series, Soviet Jeans. It came out recently, and it's really so much about how KGB was operating, how they were listening to people's conversations, monitoring everyone. Well, it's in this series, it's about the National Theater and how much censor it was everywhere, and like literally there were spies everywhere infiltrated in every workplace, just because they need to be sure that nobody says a word against the system or supports the West. So it was really, and not only they put people in prison or executed in this house, they also put perfectly healthy people at psychiatric clinics for life or for many decades.
Wow.
They were torturing them with the electroshock treatment. And of course, eventually people died from that treatment. And just because you were against the system, and you could be against the system if you just sing a funny song about someone or about the system, about the Soviet Union. If you made a joke and somebody overheard it or somebody snitched, that was a valid reason to go to psychiatric clinic under the diagnosis like multiple sclerosis or schizophrenia or something like slowly progressing schizophrenia was like, because that's hard to proven. And like there were special like departments, like rooms where there were perfectly healthy people. The intelligence, professors, writers, journalists, intelligence of the society that were put together in a psychiatric clinic. It was a way out without even informing their family members, without any visitation rights. So that's Soviet Union. Glad it's over.
All right. I saw you some of this stuff. Treason, treason, death sentence, 10 years in prison. Both cases with property confiscation. Contacts with foreigners with counter-revolutionary purposes. As 58 too. So we're back to, treason, death sentence with property confiscation. Damage of transport, communication, water supply, warehouses, and other buildings of state of communal property with counter-revolutionary purposes. 58 too. Same punishment. Non-reporting of a counter-revolutionary activity. Guys, you have armed uprising, non-reporting of treason, espionage, punishment similar to, it's all very open-ended, so you can see how easy it was, for anything, for somebody to just get arrested and then persecuted, killed, property taken away. So that's basically the gist of this. So very sad story. Thank you for sharing,
Welcome.
this. I'm glad that you were willing to come and check this place out. I know that it's not fun history for you.
It's very heavy and sensitive, and imagining myself like living in times like that, it just breaks my heart and spirit. I don't know what I would do if I had a choice, either to go to prison for a joke I made or betray my colleagues, my family, becoming a snitch for the KGB, because that was a choice. If you did something wrong, first they tried you to turn into a snitch. If you refuse, you go to prison or psychiatric clinic. Like I ask everyone to think, what would you do in such situation?
Yeah.
Or if you have to destroy the country that you built and believe in, would you rather do that or take your own life?
Right.
Because people had like these really tough choices. There is no way out you can win. It was like a high price to pay or even higher price to pay.
Yeah.
So either way, you are always losing.
That's right.
In times like we live now, thank God, we don't have to make these horrible choices here and many other countries. But in some countries, it's still a reality. There are regions in the world where all this is still happening, and maybe even much worse. And people who live in relatively safe and independent countries don't even know that. We don't think about that because it's not our problem.
That's exactly right.
We are selfish. People are selfish.
Yeah, it's true.
We have our problems. We think about our problems. I don't get the milk I usually buying. Oh my God, it's a problem. I write a complaint.
That's true. Yeah.
But in the same time, people are fighting for their life and values and freedom and.
100% true.
Yeah, so it's something I encourage people to think about. Like, what choice would you make in situations like that? Sad reality.
All right. So, guys, to drive this point home, you have pictures of some of the victims here. All right. Anyone can be guilty. So, this gentleman here, number one, he was a general in the Latvian army and the founder of the Latvian Scout movement, arrested 20th September and sentenced to death in 1941, shot in a checkered building in Riga. Is that building still up?
Which one?
It's the Chika or Cheka building.
That's this building.
Oh, this is it?
We are here.
So that's what it was.
So many people were actually executed here.
Right here.
Yeah. So that's the
Man,
point.
I thought it was somewhere else in Riga, and I'm standing right where it is.
This is a Cheka's building. Cheka and KGB is the same thing. So in this building, like, so many people were actually executed to death. So we are at the house of the death, literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's like all of these people here, and wow. Number 8. Let's see what's going on with this guy. This is a Catholic priest for the parishes of in this region, whatever, did not notify the KGB about national partisan known to him. arrested, sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, and shot during the prison uprising in 1953. So he basically knew something he didn't report it. Oh.
I have another story.
Please share.
Yanis Benjamin. He was, let me do it in English, publisher and editor of the most popular newspaper in independent Latvia, the newest news. It's so funny, right? So he was arrested and taken to prison, and then he died in the prison hospital. So there is another Latvian series made about him and his wife, because we are talking about the beginning of the World War II, right? 1940s. Before
Yes.
even that, they were so rich. They were millionaires. They had a building that is literally almost one block of a building.
Yeah.
They had summer house in a ski resort town. They had a manor house somewhere in the countryside. And there is series about him and his wife, who was one of the first females in the business and one of the millionaires. And she was the muse and inspiration to her husband. There is like a really nice series about them, and also a story about her, this woman, how rich she was. She was living in glory. She was successful. She was smart. She was working hard to get where she is. And there is like a legend that a local psychic predicted her, you're gonna die with nothing on wooden boards. And she didn't believe it, like it never can happen. Yet the Soviet Union came to their like mansion in the city center and said, sign by papers that you're giving this house to us and move out immediately. And she said, what if I don't agree? And they said, it doesn't matter, we'll sign it ourselves, but you must leave now. Where do I go? That's not our problem.
Sign this document.
So you were literally, it didn't matter how rich you are, what you had achieved. Nobody was different. Any time the Soviet Union could come to your house and just kick you out immediately, and you have no rights to object, nothing. Later on, she was arrested where she was staying at her sister's place or whatever, and taken to Siberia, and there she died, like completely poor and miserable, sick, in absolute poverty.
Whoa.
And this is the scariest part.
And who are we talking about
protected.
here? What's her name?
She was a wife of Benjamin.
Hannes Benjamins. Okay.
Benjamin. They have the Benjamin house, and we can stop there later. There is a hotel now.
Okay.
I can show you, and it's very, very sad and tragic story that people can be really powerful, high authority, knowing the president kind of level, and any day they come and say, this house is not your house anymore. Get the hell out. We don't care where you go, and then you could be arrested at any point and taken to Siberia with whatever bag you managed to take with you. And everyone was the same. It didn't matter. And my family, also the only reason they were arrested and taken to Siberia is because they had land and they had house. They didn't do anything else. They had any political involvement whatsoever. The regime just came, arrested everyone, and just sent them to Siberia for years and years and years, and just took away the land and the house. Just because you owned something.
Yeah.
That was one of the very, very good reasons to be sent to Siberia.
Yeah.
Of course, and then it comes being a professor, a teacher, a writer, a journalist, any kind of political involvement. That's another good reason to be taken to Siberia. But just because you owned a house and a land was enough. It was enough. So that's my family's sad history. But luckily, all of them survived, and they managed to came back. And then after we got the freedom back, they even managed to get back the land and the house. Of course, it was nothing there, but it meant a lot to just get the land back.
Makes sense.
And it's just two generations. It's just my grandmother and her parents, right? So we're not talking hundreds of years back of history.
Yeah.
And it was possible because the regime took over. Nobody did anything. People didn't dare to do anything because they would just have been killed.
That's right.
Later, I invite you to come with me to the train station. It's very ironically, I just happen to live really near it now. And turns out that train station was the last train station that most of the people who were sent to Siberia saw before they were taken out of the country, and that was the last stop, and that's also where a lot of people were gathered on trains, and not like regular trains, right? I don't know if you know that. Those were trains made for cattle. No windows, no seats, like cattle carriages, not even cattle carriages. And people were for a week-long journey without any food, any water given to them, like whatever. Nobody cared. A lot of people died on the way. Old people, babies, everyone was just packed in these cattle carriages and taken to Siberia, and then they just drop you in nowhere. Survive if you can. That's Hunger Games big time, isn't it?
Wow.
And so I invite you later to go to the train station. There is a monument, and the train station, the building is still preserved, so it looks exactly like it looked. So we can see what the people saw, and I am pretty sure that that's also what my grandmother and her siblings and parents saw last views of the motherland before they were sent far, far away. Right. And I happen to live there nearby.
All right, great.
So
okay,
yeah, let's go there later.
All right, the lady you were talking about is Hannes.
Jan is Benjamin's wife.
Benjamin's, and then that's her right here, guys. That's her right here.
Is it?
Yeah, number 4. So they have everything marked a certain way. And like this lady here, Irene, she received the mail from France, and they thought that, okay, she's spying in Russia, convoy to, she died in prison. Irene, she is the one right here. All right. So you have the pictures, and then you can match it with the stories right there. So guys, so many stories to tell. So many stories to tell. But I just, I heard KGB House. I'm like, man, can't wait to check that out, you know what I mean? So it was definitely a very interesting place, you know. There's something creepy about it. I can definitely tell you that, you know, if you find yourself in Riga and you feel like history like I do, come and check it out. So in these visits of all the former Soviet countries that I hope I get to do more and more and more, you know, you can see and learn and read a part of our common history as humans, something that you may not necessarily hear about, you know, or study, you know. So the best way to learn is to travel. So definitely come and check these places out, guys. And I hope you guys don't mind, instead of showing you guys the Statue of Freedom and all these other amazing sites that Riga has, I choose to focus on something a little bit different. Because I've noticed a lot of the videos about Riga are all covering the same exact thing. So I wanted to do this a little bit differently. You guys can Google what are the best sites to visit in Riga, and instead of just, you know, showing you things that you can already see on your own, I rather turn the focus on something a little bit different, so that these videos are a little bit different than what you will see when it comes to this city, Riga, that is starting to pick up more and more tourists. So I'm definitely learning a lot this tragic history, and you know, rest in peace to all the victims and their families.